Basic concepts in social studies. Now, this is the first chapter in social studies, and at the end of this chapter, I will expect you to be able to explain the meaning of social studies, be able to describe the scope of social studies, also be able to describe the nature of social studies, identify the objectives of social studies, and also state the importance of studying social studies in your school. Okay, now we'll start with the definition of social studies. What exactly is social studies? Social studies is simply defined as the study of man and his environment. That's the simplest definition of social studies. And the important things to note in the definition of social studies is, number one, it is the study of man. That's very important. And also his environment. Now we know man. Man means you and I and every other person. And now on that concept, you also need to understand his environment. What is environment? Environment denotes the entirety of everything around us. The trees, the houses, the people living around you, the animals, the atmosphere, other planets around us. That's what we mean by when we say environment. Environment means everything around us. Everything surrounding us as human beings. Okay? Now, another thing I need to understand is that social studies has a very wide coverage. Very wide coverage. As you can see in this diagram, we have man in the center. So that is the study of man. And the interaction with his environment. On this side, we have the social environment, we have the physical environment. By physical environment, I mean the atmosphere, the climate, everything around us, the rocks, everything around us. That's the physical environment, the things you can feel and see around us. Then science and technology, the impact of science and technology around us. So social studies connect all these things. Social environment will mean the people around us, our family. We'll look into these aspects. The family, the people around us. By people around us, it also affects our rights, votes, the countries. So we'll look at our country, Nigeria. We'll look at other countries. We'll look at what it takes for someone to be a member of the country, to become a citizen. So we'll look at citizenship. These are parts of our social environment. We look at cultures, people's culture, our own culture. So now, having understood that social studies is an integrated science that puts together so many things, I will now list some of the objectives of social studies. Number one, it helps us understand the importance of hard work and honesty, because they are living amongst others. It is necessary to be honest to people around us, and we also have to work hard because we have people around us, not just for the social aspect but also to help build our physical environment. Number two, social studies helps us to learn concepts, acquire useful skills and habits. Okay, so concepts like I told you before, social studies is drawn from various parts. We have economics as one of the subjects. We have political science, study of the people around us, political science. We have sociology, religion, history, the geography. Geography is the physical environment we'll look into it. Then social psychology, anthropology and ethics. So it draws from so many aspects of social sciences. As I mentioned, ethics. Okay, so various skills acquired from these social sciences, then also habits to help us live very well with the people around us. So social studies helps us to understand the people around us and how best to live with them. Then social studies will also study about citizenship and how to be good citizens. So social studies helps us to understand and to learn very much how to be good citizens. Then also understand the needs of our nation Nigeria. We need so many things. So we'll study about our country, the origin of our country, we'll look at our national anthem and pledge, then also the needs and everything our country requires, so that as good citizens we will learn how to benefit or how to use our skills to the benefits of the country. So also look at the laws of our nation. That's one of the objectives of social studies. So social studies, at the end of social studies, we expect so much from you by the time you get to JS3, and that's where you end social studies. We expect to have achieved these objectives of studying social studies, and we expect that by the time we are done, we will have a lot to impart to our country, Nigeria. Okay? Now I want you to click on Start Quiz and answer all the questions drawn from this chapter.